One of the best things you can do if you're dealing with chronic stress and fatigue is take a step back and identify where your feelings are coming from. Your feelings serve as a roadmap of sorts. They're not meant for you to get lost in and absorbed in. They're meant to show you where in your life needs attention, inside and out. So, feelings, anytime you have a feeling about anything, that comes from perception, and perception comes from previous experiences. So anytime you have a feeling about something, your internal reality, which is your subconscious mind, is using previous experiences to process the present moment. And a lot of the times, those previous experiences were conditioned in some sort of fear or lack, right? So we've been told by loved ones or people in our lives to be afraid of certain outcomes, to not do certain things, to do more of certain things. So once you understand that that's where your perception comes from, you can egoically detach from it. You don't have to identify with every thought and feeling that comes up. Once you can emotionally detach from and just observe every thought and feeling that comes up, then that's when your internal reality is taken care of and you can start to address the external reality. But you always want to start inside first. Then you take a look at your external reality and you go into observation mode. So anytime you experience a tough feeling, negative, positive, really anything, just a strong feeling, you pause and you observe, like, okay, why did this make me feel that way? What about this thing or this situation or this person is causing me distress? How am I perceiving this thing or idea or person or even belief or situation? Once you pinpoint what your perception is of that thing, situation, person, or idea or belief, once you pinpoint what your perception is of it and why, then that's when you can accurately assess what you want to physically do about it. And then you're into taking care of your external reality at that point. Shifting your internal reality first helps you to shift your external reality from a place of balance and strength and not fear. So once you identify what's causing the trigger, you can ask yourself, what do I do about it? What can I do about it? Once you look inside and determine that you are perceiving your feelings from a balanced place, then you can start looking into your external options to make a positive change. And a very important step is understanding what you can change and what you can't change, and accepting that as far as your external reality, because some things are out of your control, but there are a lot more things in your control than you probably realize. Once you identify what you can control, then that's when you start making plans and taking steps to address those things that you can't control. And for the things you can't control, that just takes mindset shifting, because all we really have full control over is our internal reality and our perception of things. Once you've begun to observe your feelings, identify where they're coming from and why, and then create an external plan of action to make positive change in your life if you deem that to be necessary, then the only thing left to do is just maintain your internal reality as you're taking the steps to change the external reality that's creating the stress. And that's where techniques like mindfulness techniques come in, and just living your life presently and trying to enjoy your life consciously. I think we get so caught up in what the past was and what the future might be or what the future might hold, that that's what actually creates the stress. And stress is energy, right? It's negative energy, so it drains you. So that's how chronic stress and fatigue perpetuates itself. So the observation of your feelings and the plan of action to change your external reality is really just to give yourself a present moment to exist in that you accept. And that acceptance over time begins to alleviate the stress before the external reality has even come into fruition. It helps you to move throughout your present moment with more grace and self-love, and not so much anxiety and fear. You're able to recognize, understand, and accept what is in this present moment, and recognize that you really are doing all you can about it. Even if you feel like that there's more that you could be doing, giving yourself grace is understanding that wherever you are in your emotional space, whatever effort level you're able to give in that moment, that is your best. That is you doing all you can. And if you can't change the thing that's causing you stress anytime soon or as fast as you may want to, and sometimes even at all, then changing your perception of it is the next best thing you can do. So while your perception of the external reality is what actually causes the feelings, it still does help to be able to change your external reality if you can. The point is, allow knowing that you're doing all you can, allow that to help you alleviate some of your stress emotionally. because being depressed and anxious about it is not going to make the situation any easier. So just know you're doing all you can. Keep taking those steps as you feel called to, and find things in the present moment that bring you peace so you can get through it, that bring you peace and feelings of joy and bliss. It's about doing things to create a present moment that helps you manage the feelings that you have about your external reality, and doing mental reframing and rewiring and reconditioning yourself to help you change the perception of your external reality, to help you change the feelings about your external reality as you're taking physical steps to change your external reality. So what we're doing is we're managing the external reality and our internal reality about the external reality at the same time. So that's how you can manage chronic stress and fatigue. You observe it, start to understand where it's coming from, inside and out. Start working on your life outside and start working on yourself inside. And then let knowing that you're doing something about it serve as your peace.